For most athletes, there is no loftier goal than the dream of one day standing atop an Olympic podium wearing a gold medal. Steinbach's Vlad Blatz considers himself lucky that he's been able to achieve his Olympic dream. Blatz is a certified athletic therapist and owner of Eastman Therapy Center. Amongst his long list of credentials includes his work with Team Canada baseball, volleyball, and soccer, Rowing Canada, and his appointments to the core medical teams for several Pan Am Games, as well as the 2008 Beijing Summer Olympics and the 2010 Winter Games in Vancouver. Blatz was named as the first alternate of the core medical team responsible for our Canadian athletes at the 2014 Olympics in Sochi, Russia.
You know what? The first alternate position is kind of one of those dubious positions because you're recognized, you're kind of part of the Olympic group. However, at this point, unless a therapist gets sick or something happens and they can't attend the games, at that point that's when I'd get the tap on the shoulder and it'd be my turn to fly out and actually attend the game. So you kind of sit by the phone a little bit and you don't want to wish any ill will on anybody else, but you know what, I'm happy with the group that's going out there. They're great people, and I'm really excited for them. This will be a really good games for them.
Even though Blatz has never been to an Olympic Games as an athlete, he says being a part of Team Canada in a supporting role is an equally amazing experience.
It's one of the most amazing events you're ever going to attend, You're working with elite athletes. You see all the celebrity athletes, in Beijing, Serena and Venus Williams and Rafael Nadal and Roger Federer. You saw all those athletes, and it was it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work to get to that level. It's a lot of competition as well. There's a lot of therapists that do apply for these games. So when you do get selected, it's an honor, and you represent your country just like the athletes are. Walking the opening ceremonies, that's actually the most amazing thing in the world. You know, you're walking in with your whole group, 90,000 people screaming. You see the odd little Canadian flag in the audience, and right there, it's surreal. It hits you at that point that you're actually representing your country on a big scale. It's fun to work with elite athletes. They are so driven. They want to get to that next level. They want to get to the Olympics. And it's fun because a lot of times we have to put the reins on them and actually trying to reel them in a little bit. But they work so hard, and you work with them, and you sweat with them, and you're going through all the lows and all the highs with them. It's a lot of fun as a therapist because you can actually push them a little bit harder than you could a normal client in the therapy clinic. But they're just so driven, and it's so inspiring to actually watch them and push and push and push. And when they actually get to the Olympics, they get named to the Olympic team and they win and they medal. You feel a part of that as well. There's a sense of pride that you actually help that athlete get to that level, and a lot of times they recognize that. They'll thank you, they'll publicly recognize it, and that's a nice feeling too.
While at this point it doesn't look like a trip to Sochi is in the cards for Blatz, his reputation as a top athletic therapist has him in high demand for other events heading into the upcoming spring and summer months.
It is a little bit disappointing as of right now, but come this summer, the Commonwealth Games will be hosted in Glasgow, Scotland, and I did get named as one of the core therapists for those games, so that'll be in July and August of this coming year. And plus there's other events where I'll be going to World Cups with the national rowing team. I still work with Team Canada Rowing, Team Canada Soccer, and Baseball Canada. We have a couple events coming up leading up to the Pan Am Games next year.
Blatz will also be setting a few weeks aside for a trip to Wisconsin.
I've worked with the Minnesota Twins, Seattle Mariners, and then I'll be joining the Milwaukee Brewers this year for spring training.
With all that Blatz has on the go in his professional life, he says at times it can be a little difficult to juggle all of his responsibilities, and he gives credit to the support system that allows him to pursue his work.
My wife has been very supportive with all the events that I've gone to. She's come out to the Olympics. She came out to Vancouver and Beijing. She'll be coming with to the Commonwealth Games. I have a 2-year-old daughter and a 5-month-old son right now at home. So sometimes it's a little bit tough when you do get pulled out and go work, a 10-day trip with Team Canada Soccer or some sort of thing like that. The business is great. I've got fantastic staff. They pick up the slack every time I do head out. I'm never really worried anytime I do leave because they've got everything under control. So I'm very blessed in that sense.
For Steinbach Online, I'm Karen Black.